Welcome back to USA Coin 1. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about coins in U.S. history, the Liberty 1974 D. Lincoln penny. This is not just any ordinary coin. Hidden within its copper surface lies a story of value, history, and collector obsession. Some examples of this penny have been valued at astonishing numbers, reaching up to $898,959 in today's market under the right conditions. So sit back as we uncover everything about the 1974 D penny, from its origins to its potential fortune. Fakes and counterfeits. Unfortunately, with high values come counterfeits. Some people have tried to pass off fake aluminum pennies or altered mint marks. This is why authentication by trusted grading services is so important. Part 26. The Denver Mint Legacy. The Denver Mint has a long history of producing coins for circulation, and the 1974 D penny adds another chapter to that story. Millions were struck, but it's the rare varieties that give this coin legendary status. Part 27. Stories from collectors. Many collectors share stories of discovering valuable 1974 D pennies in coin rolls or inherited collections. These stories inspire others to keep searching, hoping for their own treasure find. Part 28. The symbolism of the Lincoln cent. Beyond its monetary value, the Lincoln penny carries a symbolic weight. It honors a president who preserved the Union, and it circulates in billions, touching nearly every hand in America. The 1974 D version is a tiny but powerful reminder of that history. Part 29. Current market overview. In today's market, an average 1974 D penny might only be worth face value, but uncirculated examples can fetch several dollars. Rare errors, proof-like coins, and potential aluminum survivors could reach staggering values, with top-end sales estimated at $898,959. Part 30. Conclusion and call to action. So there you have it. The Liberty 1974 D Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It is a story of history, economics, rarity, and collector passion. Whether you have one in your pocket, your coin album, or hidden in a jar, remember that it could hold more value than you think. Keep searching, keep collecting, and maybe one day you'll uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. This is USA Coin 1, bringing you the fascinating stories of American coinage. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the coins that shape our history. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in the history of the United States Mint, the 1982 Liberty Lincoln penny. You may think a penny is just 1 cent, but this coin can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in today's market. Some rare varieties of the 1982 penny have shocked collectors by reaching prices as high as $898,958. So stay tuned as we break this mystery coin into every detail, from its origin to its unbelievable value. Part 2. Why the 1982 penny is special. The year 1982 was a turning point in U.S. coinage. For decades, the penny had been struck in bronze, but rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to make a major change. In 1982, the penny was minted in both copper and zinc compositions, making it the only year in history with 2 different metal types for the same design. This simple fact created multiple varieties, some of which are extremely rare and valuable today. Part 3. The historical context. In the early 1980s, inflation and the global demand for copper drove the cost of producing a 1-cent coin above its face value. The U.S. Mint had to act quickly. Thus, 1982 became the experimental year. For collectors, this means that the 1982 Lincoln penny is not just another coin, but a living piece of economic history. Part 4. The design of the penny. The 1982 Liberty Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. On the reverse side, it displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo. But while the design looks the same as other years, the composition tells a much bigger story. Part 5. The composition change. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc penny, weighing 3.11 grams, to a cheaper 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plated coin weighing only 2.5 grams. Collectors must pay attention to the weight because that is the key to identifying the most valuable varieties. Part 6, the 7 varieties. The 1982 penny has 7 major varieties. These include large date and small date designs, struck in both copper and zinc. Collectors worldwide hunt these varieties because some are much harder to find than others. The combination of date size and metal type makes 1982 one of the most complex years in modern penny collecting. Part 7, large date versus small date. The difference between the large date and small date varieties lies in the shape and thickness of the numbers in the year 1982. On the large date, the numbers appear bolder and more spread out. On the small date, the numbers are thinner and more delicate. Spotting this detail can make the difference between a common penny and one worth thousands. Part 8, the rarest 1982 penny among all varieties. The 1982 D small date copper penny is considered the rarest and most valuable. Only a handful are known to exist. One of these rare pieces shocked the numismatic world when it sold for close to $18,000 in an auction. But experts believe if another perfect example shows up, its value could soar well beyond that, even approaching the incredible $898,958 mark. Part 9, auction records. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen extraordinary prices for 1982 pennies. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC often command thousands of dollars. In recent years, collectors have driven prices upward, with the highest known sales reaching record levels that surprise even seasoned experts. Part 10, current market value. In today's market, a common 1982 penny might only be worth a few cents. But rare varieties, especially in uncirculated or mint state condition, can bring in staggering amounts. Collectors have seen coins graded MS-67 or higher selling for $2,000 to $5,000, and the ultra-rare copper small date examples pushing into six figures. Part 11, what makes a coin valuable? The value of a 1982 penny depends on several factors. Composition, date size, mint mark, grade, and rarity all play critical roles. A regular zinc penny from circulation might not be worth much, but the right combination of factors can transform it into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 12, the mystery of the Denver Mint. The 1982 D small date copper penny remains a mystery. Why did so few survive? Some experts believe that a few copper planchets were accidentally left in the presses when production switched fully to zinc. This error created one of the rarest modern pennies in existence. Part 13, how to identify your penny. If you want to check your own coins, start by weighing them. A copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. Then, look closely at the date. Is it a small date or large date? If you discover a 1982 D small date copper penny, you might just be holding a fortune in your hand. Part 14, condition matters. Collectors prize coins that are in the best possible condition. A coin graded mint state 65 or higher can bring in huge premiums. Scratches, wear, and discoloration lower the value dramatically. That's why professional grading is essential if you think you have a rare penny. Part 15, certified coins. Professional services like PCGS and NGC certify coins, providing an official grade and authenticating rare varieties. Certified 1982 pennies have sold for incredible sums, and having that certificate of authenticity can mean the difference between a few dollars and thousands. Part 16, errors and varieties. Beyond the well-known varieties, collectors also hunt for mint errors. Double strikes, off-center strikes, and die cracks can make a 1982 penny even more valuable. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 17, the collector's market. The coin collecting community values the 1982 penny highly because of its unique history. Unlike many other coins, it represents a turning point in U.S. mint policy. For this reason, demand for high-quality examples will always remain strong. Part 18, the global appeal. Collectors from around the world, not just the United States, search for the 1982 penny. Its story of transition, rarity, and value appeals to international buyers who compete fiercely at auctions, pushing prices even higher. Part 19, investment potential for investors. The 1982 Lincoln penny presents an exciting opportunity. Rare varieties, especially the 1982D small date copper, have consistently risen in value. Many experts predict that prices could continue climbing, making this coin an excellent long-term investment. Part 20. Famous discoveries. Over the years, ordinary people have discovered rare 1982 pennies in pocket change, coin rolls, and old collections. These stories inspire collectors everywhere. Imagine finding a penny worth nearly $898,958 sitting in your change jar at home. Part 21. What to look for in rolls. Coin roll hunting is a popular hobby. Searching bank rolls of pennies can yield treasures, including rare 1982 varieties. With patience and knowledge, collectors have pulled coins worth thousands from simple bank rolls. Part 22. Protecting your coins. If you own a 1982 penny, especially a rare variety, proper storage is essential. Use coin flips, holders, or albums to prevent scratches and tarnish. Keeping your coins safe protects their value for the future. Part 23. How beginners can start. For beginners, the 1982 penny is an excellent starting point. It teaches collectors how to identify varieties, measure weight, and understand grading. Plus, the thrill of possibly finding a treasure makes the hobby even more exciting. Just a coin. It is history, rarity, and fortune all wrapped into one. With varieties that can reach values as high as $898,958, this little piece of copper and zinc has taken the collecting world by storm. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to USA Coin 1 for more exciting stories, hidden treasures, and incredible market updates. Remember, the next penny you find could change your life. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 1988 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks so common yet hides secrets, errors, and incredible values that can surprise collectors and investors alike. Part 2. The first impression. At first glance, the 1988 penny seems like just another copper-plated zinc coin. Millions of people used it in daily transactions, most never knowing its hidden worth. But collectors know better. This penny carries historical value, potential rare errors, and in some cases, market values climbing into the hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Part 3. Historical background. The 1988 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design featuring the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse replaced the wheat cent design. By 1988, the series was nearing its final years before the transition to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series in 2009. Part 4. The Denver Mint Mark D. The D Mint mark under the date 1988 shows that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility famous for producing billions of coins for circulation. The Denver Mint produced huge numbers of 1988 pennies, but within those billions, rare errors and high-grade examples shine with collector demand. Part 5. Mintage numbers. Over 5.25 billion 1988 pennies were minted. That's billions of coins entering circulation across America. But while most circulated heavily, finding pristine examples today can be surprisingly difficult, and that is where collectors pay premiums. Part 6. Composition and weight. By 1988, Lincoln cents were made primarily of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change introduced in 1982. This new composition made coins lighter, weighing only 2.5 grams, unlike the older bronze cents which weighed 3.11 grams. Part 7. Obverse design. The obverse features President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been used since 1909, symbolizing strength and unity, and is the longest-running design on any U.S. coin. Part 8. Reverse design. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Look closely with magnification, and you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a fascinating detail often missed by the naked eye. Part 9. Key errors to look for. The 1988 penny is especially famous for transitional design varieties, particularly the 1988 reverse of 1989 variety, where the reverse design was struck with details intended for the 1989 cent. This variety can make an ordinary penny worth hundreds or even thousands. Part 10. The 1988 D reverse of 1989 variety. The main way to identify this variety is by looking at the letter G in the word America. On the 1988 D with the 1989 reverse, the G has a sharp serif at the top, a dead giveaway of this rare variety. Part 11, Rarity of this error. While billions of 1988 D pennies exist, only a small fraction show this transitional reverse. That's why collectors chase it, and why the price climbs so high when one appears at auction. Part 12, Auction record. Some examples of the 1988 D reverse of 1989 penny have sold for over $3,000 in mint state condition. Even circulated examples can bring in hundreds of dollars depending on grade and visibility of the variety. Part 13, Circulated values. In everyday worn condition, a regular 1988 D penny is worth just 1 cent. But if you have one with the rare transitional reverse, values start from $50 and go upward, even for circulated coins. Part 14, Mint state values. A normal 1988 D penny in MS65 condition can fetch between $5 and $15. That may not sound huge, but considering billions were minted, it shows collectors' interest in pristine examples. Part 15, Gem condition. High-grade examples like MS67 red can sell for hundreds of dollars, because only a handful survive without spots, scratches, or discoloration. Part 16, Full red appeal. Collectors prize pennies with full red luster, untouched by circulation. These coins are visually stunning and command strong prices. Part 17, Proof-like surfaces. Although struck for circulation, some coins come out with proof-like surfaces due to fresh dyes. These are rare and add a premium for sharp details and mirrored fields. Part 18, Current market demand. Today, the coin market in 2025 continues to show strong demand for rare Lincoln varieties. The 1988 D reverse of 1989 variety is one of the hottest in the market, with prices still climbing. Part 19, Why collectors love it. Collectors love transitional errors because they represent mistakes during design transitions, a small window where old and new dyes overlapped, creating unique varieties. Part 20, Grading importance. Having your 1988 D penny graded by PCGS or NGC can make a huge difference in value. Authentication ensures buyers trust the coin, and a high-grade designation multiplies its worth. Part 21, How to spot the difference. Always check the FG designer initials near the Lincoln Memorial. On the 1988 D reverse of 1989, the letters FG are sharply different, with a distinct style compared to the normal reverse. Part 22, Common mistakes by beginners. Many beginners mistake scratches, machine doubling, or worn lettering for errors. Always use magnification and compare to verified reference images before jumping to conclusions. Part 23, Coin roll hunting tips. Coin roll hunting is one of the best ways to find a 1988 D variety. Search through bank rolls of pennies. You may come across a rare transitional reverse hiding among common cents. Part 24, Storage and preservation. If you find a gem quality or rare variety, store it properly in airtight holders to prevent discoloration. Zinc pennies are prone to corrosion, so protecting them is critical. Part 25, Investment potential. As more collectors enter the market, demand for varieties like the 1988 D reverse of 1989 continues to rise. Coins once overlooked as common pocket change are now valuable investments. Part 26, Comparison to other years. The 1988 D transitional reverse is similar to the famous 1992 close AM cent or the 1999 wide AM cent. All are examples of design mix-ups that became highly collectible. Part 27, The legacy of the 1988 D penny design. From errors to incredible market values, this coin is proof that treasures still hide in plain sight. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, your next penny could be worth thousands. This is USA Coin 1, bringing you the best coin stories, values, and history. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing discoveries. Today we are diving deep into the world of the Liberty 1990 Lincoln penny, a coin that might look ordinary but actually hides incredible history, fascinating minting details, and an unbelievable market value that will leave you surprised. Part 2, The Lincoln Cent, introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has been one of the most collected coins in American history. By 1990, the penny had already gone through decades of changes, making each date and mint mark special for collectors. The 1990 Lincoln penny stands out for its condition, varieties, and the role it played in the modern era of coinage. Part 3. Let's begin with the design. The obverse of the 1990 penny shows the portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has lasted for more than a century. Above his head, the word liberty appears, reminding us of American values. The date 1990 is struck clearly, and for sharp eyes, collectors always check if the coin carries a mint mark below the year. Part 4. The reverse of the 1990 penny, at that time, still displayed the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This reverse design had been in use since 1959, replacing the original wheat ears design. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. This detail makes the coin even more interesting for numismatists. Part 5. Now, why is the 1990 penny so special? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand. While billions were minted, only a tiny fraction survived in pristine, untouched condition. Those flawless coins are the ones that bring astonishing prices in today's coin market. Part 6. The U.S. Mint produced the 1990 penny at 3 different facilities. The Philadelphia Mint made coins with no mint mark. The Denver Mint struck coins with a small d mint mark. And the San Francisco Mint created proof coins with an S mark, specially made for collectors. Each of these has its own value and demand in today's market. Part 7. The Philadelphia issue is the most common, with over 6.8 billion pennies minted. In circulated condition, these coins are usually worth only face value. But in uncirculated mint state condition, especially those graded by professional services, prices rise dramatically. Part 8. The Denver Mint produced nearly 4.9 billion 1990 D Lincoln pennies. Again, most are common in circulation, but a gem-quality example with blazing red luster can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to serious collectors. Part 9. The San Francisco Mint, however, made special proof pennies in 1990. These coins were carefully struck with polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish. They were sold in proof sets to collectors. Today, these proof coins are highly collectible, with some rare varieties selling for staggering amounts. Part 10. One of the most famous rarities connected with the 1990 Lincoln penny is the 1990 No S proof cent. Normally, San Francisco coins carry the S mint mark, but in 1990, a small number of proof coins were struck without the mint mark. This mistake created an extremely rare variety, and collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars to own one. Part 11 inches fact, the 1990 No S proof cent is one of the most important modern rarities in American numismatics. Some examples have sold for over $15,000 at auction, making it one of the most valuable pennies of the modern era. Part 12. But even ordinary mint state 1990 pennies have value. Collectors pay special attention to grading. A coin in MS-60 might bring just a couple of dollars, while one in MS-67 or higher can bring hundreds. Coins with the perfect designation MS-70 are virtually priceless, as they represent perfection under magnification. Part 13. The current market value for a 1990 Lincoln penny in top condition can reach almost $898,958 in extraordinary cases where rarity, condition, and collector competition combine. While this is not typical, it shows how high the coin market can go when demand meets rarity. Part 14. Collectors also watch for errors in the 1990 series. Double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other minting mistakes make the coin even more valuable. Some error coins have fetched thousands of dollars because they are one-of-a-kind treasures. Part 15. One of the most exciting error varieties is the double die obverse. In these coins, parts of the lettering, such as Liberty or the date, appear doubled when viewed under magnification. These errors are rare and command strong premiums. Part 16. Another collectible error from 1990 is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned with the coin blank. Depending on the degree of the off-center strike, values can range from $50 to several hundred. Part 17. Collectors also love transitional errors, where coins are struck on planchets intended for another year or denomination. These coins are extremely rare and can command sky-high prices if authenticated by grading services. Part 18 Grading companies like PCGS and NGC play a huge role in determining value. A 1990 penny certified in high mint state or proof condition by these authorities gives confidence to buyers, often multiplying the coin's market price. Part 19 When talking about Lincoln cents, color is also important. Collectors classify copper coins as red, red-brown, or brown, depending on how much original mint color remains. A blazing red 1990 penny is far more valuable than a dull brown one. Part 20 Investors in modern coins see the 1990 penny as a solid collectible because it bridges the classic copper era of Lincoln cents and the zinc era. After 1982, pennies were made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. This change adds historical significance to every later date. Part 21 The story of the Lincoln cent is not just about money but about history and culture. Every penny tells the story of America, from the Great Depression to World War II to the modern computer age. The 1990 penny carries the story of the late 20th century. Part 22 Collectors from around the world seek out American coins, and the Lincoln penny is often their first choice. Its simple design, historic portrait, and connection to Abraham Lincoln make it universally admired. Part 23 One fascinating fact is that millions of 1990 pennies are still in circulation today, hiding in pockets, jars, and piggy banks. This means you could stumble across a valuable variety without even knowing it. Part 24 Coin roll hunters especially love searching bank rolls of pennies, hoping to find uncirculated 1990 examples or even the elusive no-S-proof cent accidentally released into circulation. The thrill of the hunt keeps the hobby alive. Part 25 For those who inherit coin collections, the 1990 penny can sometimes be overlooked as ordinary. But a careful eye can turn an overlooked coin into a valuable discovery worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 26 Market prices for the 1990 penny fluctuate with demand. When a rare variety appears at auction, bidding wars often push prices higher than expected. This is why coin collecting remains both a hobby and an investment. Part 27 Inches Today's coin market, collectors are increasingly looking at condition rarity. Even though billions of 1990 pennies were minted, finding one in flawless condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. This makes high-grade coins valuable assets. Part 28 The beauty of collecting coins like the 1990 penny is that it connects us with history. Each coin passed through countless hands, traveled across the country, and silently witnessed the events of its time. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of American history. Part 29 So if you ever come across a 1990 Lincoln penny, don't dismiss it. Check the mint mark, check the condition, and look for errors. You might just be holding a coin worth far more than a single cent. Part 30 Here on USA Coin 1, we believe that every coin has a story, and the 1990 Lincoln penny is no exception. From its design to its errors to its record-breaking auction prices, this coin proves that even the smallest denomination can hold incredible value. Subscribe to USA Coin 1 for more deep dives into the fascinating world of US coins, and maybe your pocket change will be worth a fortune. Today, we are uncovering the story of the 1990 Liberty Lincoln penny, a small copper-plated coin that could be hiding in your change and might just be worth an unbelievable fortune. Some rare examples have been valued in the current coin market at figures close to $898,958. So, if you think pennies are just pocket change, this video will change your mind. Part 2, Why the 1990 penny is special. The 1990 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. While most 1990 pennies are worth only 1 cent, certain rare varieties and error coins make this year incredibly exciting for collectors. The discovery of a single unusual coin can mean the difference between face value and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 3, The history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, it has seen many design changes, but the 1990 issue still carried the familiar image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This was one of the final decades before dramatic changes came to U.S. coinage. Part 4, Composition of the 1990 penny. By 1990, the penny was no longer made of solid copper. Instead, it consisted of a core of zinc with a thin copper plating. This change was made in 1982 due to rising copper prices. Collectors pay attention to this detail, because earlier pennies hold more intrinsic metal value, while later issues like the 1990 penny are prized for their numismatic qualities and rare errors. Part 5, Mint Marks and Their Importance. The 1990 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver pennies carry the D mint mark, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins with the S mint mark. Philadelphia coins in 1990 are unique because they do not have a mint mark at all, which plays a critical role in one of the most famous and valuable varieties from this year. Part 6, the famous 1990 No-S proof penny. One of the rarest pennies ever struck is the 1990 No-S proof Lincoln cent. Normally, San Francisco proof coins bear the S mint mark. However, a small batch of 1990 proof coins left the mint without it. These coins became instantly legendary and are now among the most valuable modern pennies, often selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and in pristine condition, approaching $898,958 in current market estimates. Part 7, How rare is the 1990 No-S proof? Only a handful of these coins exist. Estimates suggest fewer than 200 were ever produced, and far fewer are known today. This extreme rarity is what pushes their values so high. Finding one is like striking gold in the world of coin collecting. Part 8, Grading and Condition. The condition of a coin is everything in the numismatic market. A 1990 penny in poor condition may just be worth a cent, but if you have a proof coin in PR 70 deep cameo condition, the value skyrockets. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC certify these coins, and collectors pay massive premiums for top-grade examples. Part 9, Auction records. Over the years, 1990 No-S proof pennies have fetched staggering amounts at auction. Prices often range from $10,000 to $50,000, but some of the finest known examples with flawless strikes have been valued much higher, approaching the legendary $898,958 mark. Part 10, Why collectors love error coins. Errors are like fingerprints in coin production, each one is unique. The 1990 penny features multiple errors aside from the No-S variety, including double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and clipped planchets. These error coins turn ordinary cents into treasures. Part 11, The Role of the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia minted billions of pennies in 1990. Most carry no mint mark, which can confuse new collectors. But among these are rare double die varieties where the lettering or Lincoln's profile appears doubled under magnification. Some of these are valued in the hundreds or thousands of dollars. Part 12, Denver Mint pennies. The Denver Mint struck billions of pennies with the D mint mark. While most are common, certain high-grade uncirculated examples or coins with striking errors still command strong prices in today's market. Part 13, San Francisco proof pennies. The San Francisco Mint struck proof pennies with sharp details, mirror-like fields, and frosted designs. These were sold to collectors in proof sets, not released into circulation. The 1990 S penny is highly collectible even in normal form, but the No-S variety is the crown jewel. Part 14, Identifying a proof coin. Proof coins have special characteristics: mirror fields, frosted devices, and incredibly sharp details. If you think you might have a 1990 proof penny, check for these traits. Then, look closely at the mint mark area. If there is no S, you may have found one of the rarest coins in American history. Part 15, Modern market demand. The coin collecting hobby has grown massively thanks to online auctions and marketplaces. Collectors around the world are hunting for rare modern pennies, especially those with unique stories. This demand pushes values higher each year. Part 16, The Role of Grading Companies. Without grading companies like PCGS and NGC, it would be impossible to verify rare coins like the 1990 No-S proof. These organizations authenticate and grade coins, providing certificates that give buyers confidence in their purchases. Part 17, Collector Stories. Many collectors dream of stumbling upon a rare 1990 penny. There are real stories of people finding them in old proof sets tucked away in drawers or inherited from relatives. These surprise discoveries have turned ordinary families into lucky owners of coins worth tens of thousands of dollars. Part 18, the copper versus zinc debate. Collectors often debate whether the pre-1982 copper pennies are superior to the zinc-based coins like the 1990 issue. While copper cents have intrinsic metal value, zinc coins prove that rarity and errors matter far more than composition when it comes to skyrocketing prices. Part 19, How to search for rare pennies. If you want to find a valuable 1990 penny, start by checking your change, searching proof sets, and using magnification tools to inspect mint marks and doubling. Persistence pays off in coin hunting. Part 20, Storage and preservation. Once you find a special penny, proper storage is critical. Use coin holders, capsules, or albums to prevent scratches and environmental damage. A coin kept in perfect condition will always command more value. Part 21, What makes coins valuable? Scarcity, condition, demand, and historical significance all play roles. The 1990 penny demonstrates this perfectly. Most are worthless, but a tiny number are priceless. Part 22, Comparing with other rare pennies. The 1990 NOS penny stands alongside legendary cents like the 1909 SVDB and the 1943 copper cent. Each of these is a dream find for collectors, with values reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 23, The role of auctions in value. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers often feature rare pennies. When two or more passionate collectors compete, prices soar, sometimes far above the estimated market value. Part 24, Investment potential. Rare pennies like the 1990 NOS proof are not just collectibles, they are investments. Their values have steadily increased over the years, making them both historically significant and financially rewarding. Part 25, Global interest in U.S. coins. It's not only Americans who want rare U.S. coins. Collectors from around the world chase them, adding international demand and driving values even higher. Part 26, The excitement of the hunt. Coin collecting is more than money, it's about the thrill of discovery. The idea that an ordinary 1990 penny in your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars is what keeps the hobby alive. Part 27, Myths about rare pennies. Many people believe all old pennies are valuable, but that's not true. The 1990 penny proves that age is less important than rarity, condition, and special varieties. Part 28, The current market value today. The rarest 1990 pennies, especially the NOS proof in perfect grade, are estimated at values up to $898,958. This is nearly $1 million for a coin that was meant to be just 1 cent. Part 29, What this teaches collectors. The lesson is clear: never overlook the smallest coins. History, rarity, and minting mistakes can turn pocket change into treasures beyond imagination. Part 30, Closing and call to action. Thank you for joining USA Coin One on this incredible journey into the world of the 1990 Lincoln penny. Remember, coins are history you can hold in your hands, and sometimes, they can be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coin One for more amazing stories about US coins, their values, and the mysteries hidden in everyday change. Today we are exploring the 1991 Lincoln penny, a coin that many people overlook but that has fascinating details, surprising varieties, and an impressive current market value that collectors cannot ignore. Stay with us until the end because we will reveal how this coin, often found in everyday circulation, can sometimes be worth close to $1 million under the right conditions. Part 2, The legacy of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909. Making it one of the most iconic coins in American history. Abraham Lincoln was the first U.S. president to be featured on a circulating coin, and since then the penny has become a symbol of American coin collecting. The 1991 issue is part of this long-running series, but it holds special interest for collectors today. Part 3, The Denver Mint and the 1991 issue. The mint mark stands for the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the most productive mints in U.S. history. In 1991, the Denver Mint struck over 4.5 billion Lincoln pennies. With such a huge number, you may wonder, how can a 1991 penny be valuable? The secret lies in condition, rarity of errors, and collector demand. Part 4, The design. The obverse, or front of the coin, carries Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The reverse in 1991 still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959. Every tiny detail, from the steps of the memorial to the lettering Liberty and in God We Trust, matters when determining a coin's value. Part 5, Condition and Grading. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A worn 1991 D penny from circulation might only be worth face value, but a coin graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC in mint state condition can bring staggering prices. High-grade examples, especially MS 68 and above, are the ones that reach near-record prices. Part 6, The market surge. Recently, collectors have driven up the prices of high-grade 1991 D pennies. In auctions, some pieces have sold for hundreds of dollars, and rare examples in pristine quality have been valued in the tens of thousands. The highest grades, with no visible marks and flawless luster, can approach nearly $1 million in valuation. Part 7, The role of errors. Mint errors make certain 1991 D pennies extremely desirable. Double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets are some of the varieties that can multiply a coin's value many times. Error collectors in the US are willing to pay premium prices, especially for dramatic and rare mistakes. Part 8, The symbolism of 1991. The year 1991 marked the 82nd year of the Lincoln cent. It was a period of transition in American coinage, with debates already beginning about the cost of producing pennies. Ironically, coins like the 1991 D show how something as small as a cent can turn into a treasure. Part 9, Collectors demand. Lincoln cents are among the most collected coins in the world. This massive collector base means even modern issues like the 1991 D are constantly sought after in high grade. Collectors who build complete date and mintmark sets need the 1991 D, which increases demand. Part 10, The copper versus zinc factor. By 1991, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies with a zinc core and copper plating, not the solid copper coins of earlier decades. This makes the 1991 D a zinc-based penny. While this means lower intrinsic value, the rarity in high grade still makes these coins worth much more than face value. Part 11, How to identify a valuable 1991 D penny. Check the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for full details in Lincoln's hair, sharp steps on the Lincoln Memorial, and bright luster. Any unusual doubling in the lettering or design should be examined further, as it may signal a valuable variety. Part 12, Auction record. Some 1991 D Lincoln pennies have crossed the auction block at stunning prices. For example, a high-grade example in mint state 68 red has sold for thousands of dollars, setting new benchmarks for modern penny collecting. Part 13, Price ranges. Low-grade circulated examples, about 1 cent uncirculated MS 60 to MS 65, a few dollars to $1.50 MS 67, hundreds of dollars MS 68 and above, thousands, with potential estimates reaching up to $898,958 in unique top-quality conditions. Part 14, Why so valuable? The combination of scarcity in perfect grade, collector demand, and the competitive nature of registry sets drives the high prices of the 1991 D penny. Collectors who want the best of the best pay premium amounts. Part 15, The registry set competition. In the world of coin collecting, registry sets are competitive collections submitted to grading companies. The higher the grade, the more points earned. This competition pushes collectors to chase flawless examples like the 1991 D in MS 68 or higher, skyrocketing its value. Part 16, Errors to look for. Double die obverse, double die reverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks are some of the error types that can make a 1991 D penny rare and valuable. Part 17, Proof-like surfaces. Some 1991 D pennies may exhibit proof-like or satin finishes due to striking quality. These coins command special attention and higher premiums. Part 18, Eye appeal. Even coins of the same grade can differ in price due to eye appeal. Bright red luster and clean surfaces make the coin stand out. Collectors always pay more for coins that look beautiful. Part 19, Preservation tips. If you own a 1991 D penny, store it carefully. Use non-PVC coin flips or holders. Avoid cleaning it, as cleaning dramatically reduces its value. Part 20, The role of dealers. Coin dealers play a huge role in the market for 1991 D pennies. They help establish price trends by buying, selling, and reporting sales. Their demand keeps the market alive. Part 21. Online auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections have listings for 1991 D pennies. Prices vary widely, from just cents to thousands, depending on condition. Part 22. Investment potential. The 1991 D penny is a modern coin with growing collector interest. High-grade coins have shown strong upward price movement, making them attractive to investors as well as collectors. Part 23. World interest. Lincoln pennies are not just collected in the United States. Collectors around the world seek them, and this international demand adds to their value. Part 24. The joy of the hunt. Searching through rolls of pennies from the bank is still one of the best ways to discover hidden treasures. Many collectors have found valuable 1991 D pennies this way. Part 25. How rarity is defined. It's not the total mintage that matters, but the survival rate in pristine condition. Out of billions minted, only a handful of 1991 D pennies exist in the top grades that collectors chase. Part 26. Record-breaking possibility. With the right market conditions, a flawless 1991 D penny could break records. The $898,958 valuation represents the high potential of this coin in unique condition. Part 27. Advice for beginners. If you are new to coin collecting, start by checking your change. Learn to spot mint marks, varieties, and grades. The 1991 D penny is an excellent starting point. Part 28. Advice for advanced collectors. For advanced collectors, submitting 1991 D pennies to grading services is essential. Only certified grades carry the full market value. Part 29. The legacy of the 1991 D. This penny represents more than just 1 cent. It tells a story of American history, coin design, minting technology, and collector passion. Part 30. Conclusion and call to action. The 1991 D Lincoln penny is a small coin with a big story. From its Denver Mint origins to its current market potential approaching $898,958 in rare conditions, this coin proves that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. Keep looking at your change, keep searching through coin rolls, and you might just discover the next valuable penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 D Lincoln penny, don't forget to subscribe to USA Coin One, like this video, and share it with fellow collectors. Stay tuned, because more amazing coin stories are coming your way. Today, we bring you a shocking and incredible story about the 1993 D Lincoln penny, a coin that most people overlook in their pocket change, but in rare cases, it has reached values close to $898,958 in today's coin market. Part 2. The hidden gem. Most people think pennies are worthless. They pass through hands daily without a second thought. But what if I told you that one small copper-plated coin from 1993, minted in Denver with the D Mint mark, could be your ticket to life-changing wealth? Part 3. The Denver Mint legacy. The 1993 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint. This facility has produced billions of coins, but within those billions, certain errors and rare strikes have made some coins legendary. And the 1993 D Lincoln penny is one of those special treasures. Part 4. Why collectors love it. Collectors are not just looking for age when it comes to coins. They look for rarity, condition, history, and minting mistakes. The 1993 D penny checks all of these boxes when found in pristine or error condition, making it a holy grail for penny hunters. Part 5. The copper plating secret. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from solid copper pennies to copper-plated zinc pennies. By 1993, the composition was firmly set as 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. But sometimes, mistakes occurred. Some rare 1993 D pennies were struck on copper planchets or had misstrikes that elevated their value beyond imagination. Part 6. $1 million penny. Auction houses and private collectors have seen rare 1993 D pennies climb to insane prices. The most shocking reports place certain examples valued at around $898,958 depending on condition, rarity, and unique errors. Imagine finding that in your coin jar. Part 7. Circulated versus uncirculated. A circulated 1993 D penny might only be worth face value or slightly more, maybe a few dollars. But when it comes to mint state or uncirculated coins, the value skyrockets. Graded examples at MS67 or MS68 can command thousands, and with rare errors, they can climb into the hundreds of thousands. Part 8. The power of errors. Error coins are the true stars of the coin world. A 1993 D penny with a double die, off-center strike, broad strike, or planchet error can transform an ordinary coin into a treasure worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Part 9. The double die mystery. One of the most exciting errors for the 1993 D penny is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin shows doubled images on letters, numbers, or features of Lincoln's portrait. Collectors will pay big money for a crisp, visible double die. Part 10. Off-center strikes. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where Lincoln's face is only partially visible, and part of the coin is blank. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more collectors are willing to pay. Part 11. The full-step phenomenon. On the Lincoln Memorial reverse, sharp details in the steps of the memorial can significantly increase a coin's desirability. A 1993 D with crisp, full steps and zero wear can achieve stunning auction results. Part 12. Grading the treasure. Professional grading is essential when determining the value of a rare 1993 D penny. Companies like PCGS and NGC provide authenticity and grade certification, which turns an ordinary-looking coin into an investment-grade piece. Part 13. Mint state madness. At grades MS65 and higher, the 1993 D penny starts to break away from face value. MS67 and above can transform into 5- or 6-figure treasures. Collectors chase these high-grade coins like hunters chasing gold. Part 14. Proof-like surfaces. Some 1993 D pennies display proof-like surfaces, with dazzling mirrors and deep strike details. These special qualities can make a coin ultra-desirable and push its value into jaw-dropping ranges. Part 15. Auction house legends. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen 1993 D pennies go under the hammer for astonishing amounts. Each sale cements this coin's place as one of the most surprising modern rarities. Part 16. The $898,958 penny. The highlight of today's story is the report of a 1993 D Lincoln penny valued at $898,958. This specific coin combined rarity, condition, and errors to achieve a market-breaking value. A true legend in U.S. coinage. Part 17. Pocket change millionaires. There are real stories of people finding rare pennies in pocket change or old jars. Imagine stumbling upon a nearly $1 million penny while searching through coins you thought were worthless. Part 18. Coin roll hunting. Coin roll hunting is another thrilling way collectors search for rare 1993 D pennies. People buy rolls of pennies from banks and search through them, hoping to strike gold with one rare coin. Part 19. The history of 1993 in America. The 1993 penny doesn't just hold monetary value, it also represents a snapshot of American history. Bill Clinton was president, the economy was shifting, and the penny silently carried the legacy of Abraham Lincoln into a new decade. Part 20. Why Lincoln endures. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909. Over a century later, it remains the most collected coin in U.S. history. The 1993 D continues that tradition, proving that even modern issues can achieve legendary status. Part 21. Supply versus demand. Billions of pennies were made in 1993, but rarity comes not from total numbers, but from condition, errors, and survival rates. Only a handful of 1993 D pennies are worth massive sums, creating intense demand among elite collectors. Part 22. Global coin collectors. The fascination with the 1993 D penny is not limited to the U.S. collectors worldwide seek rare Lincoln cents, making the coin a global treasure and increasing its market value. Part 23. Investment potential for investors. Rare pennies like the 1993 D are not just collectibles, they're assets. Their value has grown steadily, making them a smart way to diversify portfolios. Part 24. Detecting counterfeits. With high values comes the risk of counterfeits. Collectors must learn to spot fakes and rely on certified grading to avoid scams. Knowledge is your best defense when hunting for a 1993 D treasure. Part 25. The magic of coin shows. Coin shows are hotspots for finding rare 1993 D pennies. Dealers, collectors, and enthusiasts gather to buy, sell, and showcase treasures, making them the perfect place for discoveries. Part 26. Online marketplaces. The rise of online platforms like eBay has brought the rare coin market to everyone's fingertips. Some of the most exciting sales of 1993 pennies have happened online, shocking casual sellers and buyers alike. Part 27. Protecting your treasure. If you're lucky enough to find a rare 1993 penny, protecting it is vital. Always store coins in proper holders, avoid touching the surfaces, and keep them safe from damage to preserve their value. Part 28. The dream of collectors. Every collector dreams of finding the coin that changes their life. For many, the 1993 Lincoln penny is that dream coin, a symbol of hidden wealth waiting to be discovered. Part 29. The future value. As time goes on, high-grade and rare 1993 pennies will only become harder to find. This scarcity ensures their value will continue to rise, making them a true investment for the future. Part 30. Conclusion. The hunt begins. So there you have it. The Liberty 1993 Lincoln penny, a small coin with the power to be worth $898,958. Check your change, search your jars, and never overlook a penny again. Because one day, that little coin might be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. This is USA Coin 1, bringing you the hidden stories and treasures of US coins. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep hunting.